Established in November 2015, the Cook's Edge is a retail chef supply store and dealer of hand-forged Japanese knives. They are proud to work directly with small knife makers from Japan to bring the best kitchen tools available to their customers and clientele. They also offer full-service knife sharpening and knife repair with clients from all over Canada and the United States. Their online store, thecooksedge.com, has their full catalog of chef tools, cookbooks, and apparel. Thank you to Cook's Edge for sponsoring this episode. Hey everyone, my guest today is Canadian rapper who writes horror-themed songs such as Michael, Pumpkinhead, and The Frightener. This is Poltergeist OD. Hey,
what
how's
up?
it going?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show. How's it going?
It's going great. I got a new song dropping this Friday. I got a few new shows, a new festival, lots of podcasts lined up, just staying busy.
That's awesome. I've heard a clip of this new song and I cannot wait. It's so good.
Oh, I'm pumped for it. Been working on this thing. Okay, it's been almost done for like 3 years. It took a long time to get this song out, and like the video took a long time as well because I had to watch like over 50 Stephen King movies just to get the footage I needed. You watch like 4 hours for like a 30-second clip.
Yeah, I believe it. Seeing the clip of the video, just seeing all the little bits of the scenes and stuff, it's crazy. There's so much work has gone into it. I can't wait for everybody to hear it. So you and we've kind of known each other for a while through the internet, but this is our first time actually speaking to each other.
Yeah. It's always cool. It's always cool to like meet somebody, I guess face to face. This is not really face to face, but it's still close enough for what we got going on. And it's really cool to like meet somebody you've spoken to over text for however many years and just, actually get to shoot the shit.
Yeah, you've been around since back like when I was doing Watchers podcast with Colson actually. So it's been a while.
Oh yeah. I remember Watchers podcast. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think we must have done close to 100 episodes of that, and then we just kind of stopped, but it was fun while it lasted. So you are in Edmonton, is that correct?
Yeah, Edmonton, Alberta.
Yeah. Is there much like of a rap scene there, or?
Yeah, there actually is. There's quite a large music community in general here. We have a great metal scene, punk scene. The rap community is growing every single day. We have something called Dis or Daps that I co-host, where it's like, if you're familiar with Kill Tony, they do it with comedians, where you put your name in a bucket and you get 60 seconds if you're called to rap over a randomized beat. And we just critique you, give you, awards if you're doing well. Some advice on how to get on to shows and stuff like that. Like we have a lot of promoters we work with, so sometimes we offer like festival positions to like a newcomer, which is pretty unheard of. It took me like 6 years to get on a festival.
That's really cool. Have you had any like really, really awful ones that you have to just tell them like?
Oh yeah. Every now and then you just get somebody who like, first of all, doesn't rap, or even if they do, they're just so fucking drunk they can't do it. So they like get up on stage and just fumble every sentence, and eventually we'll stop them and be like, listen, better luck next time. But like maybe have a glass of water or coffee first.
When did you start rapping?
I started rapping in around like 2010, 2011. So quite a while now.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't start taking it seriously till about 2012.
Oh, okay. And was it horror right from the start, or did that come later on?
Well, like the horror movie specific songs like Pumpkinhead, Michael Myers, Chucky, stuff like that, that came after about, I think I started doing that around 2015 or so. And so up until that point, yeah, it was like horror oriented. Like I still rapped about dark matter, violent verses, like here's a million ways I'm gonna kill you in my song kind of stuff. But
Right.
like so the horror movie stuff started when this guy who was already a fan of Obscene Division, the group I started with, kind of hit me up, and he's like, hey, I'm making a fan made documentary about Halloween, about Michael Myers. Would you maybe want to write a song for it? So I said, yeah, that sounds great. I sent the idea to my producer, Mock Beats, and he had the beat within an hour, sent it to me, and within the hour after that, I had the song written. I was like, this is it just came so easy to me, just being such a big horror fan and movie collector and stuff. Like, just colliding those things together, two things I love, was really easy for me. So when that song got a good reception online, I was just like, okay, what else can I do? And I started doing stuff like I did The Tall Man from Phantasm, like Gremlins, Mars Attacks, just like fun stuff that I like.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started taking like requests. So that's where like Killer Clowns from Outer Space came from, Leatherface. Those were all things people have been asking me to do.
Oh, okay. I will mention I do love the Mars Attacks one too. It's great.
It's different. It's not like my aggressive, yelly kind of stuff, because the movie itself is light and silly. So I was like, well, I kind of got to try to reflect that in the song as well.
Yeah, it's it's funny just talking to you, because whenever I listen to your music, it's like that angry rap. It's kind of like
Yeah.
Eminem with the "I am whoever I say I am." That song.
Yeah.
That's
Like
what.
early 2000s, late 90s rap.
Yeah. But now just talking to you, I'm like, oh, he seems not that angry. That's nice.
Yeah. I'm just mainly, I chill, I drink beer, and I watch movies. That's like my whole life, really. Until rap came along and I started doing that.
Right. How long does it take you to like write a rap?
Oh, that depends. Like some songs have taken me years to do. Like the Stephen King one, it's been, like I said, like 3 or 4 years in the process, in the making. But sometimes I'll write like a whole song or a whole verse just in one sitting. Like I'll get into the zone and I'll feel it. And sometimes it'll take me months, weeks. It really depends. Like Leatherface, I think took me about 2 weeks to write.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it varies quite a bit.
Yeah, like if I had deadlines, I'd be screwed.
um, and was rap something you were always passionate about? Like, I know you said you didn't take it seriously till later, but like even as a kid, or
Not really. I was more like a metalhead growing up. I was into like grindcore and deathcore. Like I was like listening to Suffocation, Dying Fetus, Decapitated. I was listening to that stuff when I was like 9 years old. So like most of my life, it's like metal or nothing. I was like kind of an elitist about it. But then like I met the guys in Obscene Division, Nick Obscene and Razorwire, the guys in my group. They kind of got me into like Brother Lynch Hung, 3-6 Mafia, like harder kind of rap. Like Wu-Tang Clan was big for me. Before then, it was like, yeah, I kind of listened to like maybe D12 and 50 Cent in passing, but it took a while for me to get into rap, and now it's like a huge part of my life.
Phoenix.ca is leading the way in men's digital health in Canada. Did you know that 52% of men have experienced some form of erectile dysfunction? Phoenix offers a discreet online solution by connecting you with a licensed Canadian doctor who can prescribe you with the treatments you need. You can decide on which treatment works best for you, whether you want to plan ahead or be prepared for something more spontaneous. The process is simple. Just go to phoenix.ca, complete the online quiz, and Phoenix will connect you with a licensed physician who can prescribe you with treatments such as brand name or generic Viagra and Cialis. No more uncomfortable visits to your family doctor, no more waiting in line at the pharmacy. Phoenix delivers your treatment in discreet packaging directly to your door. And right now, Phoenix is offering a 100% discount on your consultation. That's right, Mindpicker listeners. You'll get their consultation with a licensed Canadian doctor completely free. Visit phoenix.ca today and start your journey to a more confident you. That's phoenix.ca, PHOENIX.ca. Rise again with Phoenix. Was there a big moment like when you realized, hey, I'm really good at this? This is what I should be doing? Or
The first verse I ever wrote, I was drunk in Razor Wire's garage one time, and him and Nick were freestyling, and they were like, "You should write a rap." So me being hammered, thinking it's a great idea, I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'll write a rap." And like when I was done, I rapped it to them, and they were like, "That was actually pretty good. Like you should do that again." And it felt good. I was like, "Okay, see what else I got." And it kind of just went from there. Like it wasn't this big revelation or anything. I was just drunk and decided I liked doing it.
it's awesome that you got instant gratification for it.
Yeah.
And
I know a lot of people who will do this stuff for like 20 years and still, you know, be down on themselves or like, not get the recognition they deserve. It takes a long time for people to start noticing you, especially like just in rap in general. Not everybody's willing to check out a new rapper.
right, that makes sense. I don't know why, but it's
I
true.
mean, I am personally just because like that's kind of the industry I'm into now. But like when you start talking to somebody new, and like, first of all, I rap about horror movies. So whether even if you don't like rap, you might like my stuff if you're really like if you're a big horror nerd like me.
Mhm.
So there's two questions I usually ask, like, do you like hip hop and do you like horror movies? And if the answer is yes to either, you might like my stuff.
That's right. Uh, Before we get going any further into this, you did just mention people might like your stuff. What is your handle on like Instagram and stuff like that so they can follow you and check out what you are making?
I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Slasher, TikTok, even though I don't really use TikTok a lot, as Poltergeist _ OD. You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Deezer, Tidal, whatever you use to stream music, Poltergeist space OD. The OD stands for Obscene Division.
Not overdose.
No, not overdose. Everybody does think that right away, but then they hear like my Obscene Division stuff and they're like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people leave that right till the end to ask people, and I just wanted to make sure people know where to find you because I love the music.
Dude, I appreciate
Um,
that so much, man. Thank you.
do you create your beats, or is that something someone else usually does? Or
No, like I know how to do it. I just choose not to do it. Uh, Same thing with like mixing and mastering and stuff like that. I choose to really only focus on the rap aspect of it. Because when I first started, I went to a professional studio. This guy recorded like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Tyga, Wiz Khalifa, like huge names.
wow.
So I asked him for some advice, like just starting out. And he gave me that advice. He's like, if you can afford it, get multiple people on every single project. Like get somebody to make the beat. You can do the writing and rapping. Get somebody else to record it. Get somebody else to mix it. Get somebody else to master it. That way, like 5 or 6 professional ears on a project is better than just you in a basement thinking it sounds good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's
you
pretty
just
cool.
get more opinions on the project and like more ideas come bouncing back and forth, and somebody might have an idea down the pipeline and you might end up going to re-record a part here and there, and I like doing stuff like that. It's like a big collaborative project every time.
Yeah, that's really cool. I never really think of it that way just because I'm not in that sort of atmosphere at all. But that makes a
I
lot of
know
sense.
people who like buy a laptop, buy a mic, and just do everything themselves, and that's great if it works for you and if you have the knowledge to do so. But I just feel like the more I learn and the more time I spend doing another thing, the less time I have to work on the thing that's really important, which is the lyrics.
Right. Do you have a favorite song that you've written so far?
The Stephen King song dropping this Friday. Honestly, yeah, I do think that that's the best thing I've ever done so far.
Yes, that's right. So far. Yeah, I can't wait for it either. It's going to be so good. Um, what was the biggest like holy shit moment for you so far in your career rapping?
Well, I'm opening for D12 in April. That's a big holy shit moment for me because like I said earlier, like before I got into rap when I was just metal, like D12 was one of the only rap groups that really kind of that I listened to. And even then it wasn't that much, but like later in life, like this is a huge deal for anybody who grew up in the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone that knows music pretty much knows who D12 is. So
Oh hell
that's a
yeah.
big
And
deal.
like personal stuff, like I've opened for Tech Nine, Swollen Members, who else? I've done like Kung Fu Vampire, Chris Rivers, Twisted, Gmo Ski. Like I've done shows that like Jaron Benton, one of my favorite rappers. I've opened for him 2 years ago, I think, and I still think about that.
Yeah, that's amazing. Um, how do you end up in that position? Like, I know you obviously work hard at what you do, but like, do they contact you? Does someone kind of
Um, it's kind of both. Like you have to network a lot, you have to know a lot of people. Like I was lucky enough to like meet a lot of people in the music industry pretty early. Like I met a
Mhm.
lot of my friends in like high school just hanging out. But yeah, you got to get out there, you got to talk to people, when a new show comes. Like there was a big show, I'm not going to talk about it right now, but there was a show that was kind of half-assed announced today that I'm going to find out who the promoter is, and I'm going to talk to some people and be like, do you know this guy? And like, is he cool? And I'm going to talk to him and see if I can get on this show. And even if I can't, that's all good. But like, sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, that's a lot of how I work with
Yeah.
the
It's,
podcast.
it's
Is
a lot of just reaching out and being like, hey, here's what I do. Here's, like I have an EPK with like show details, podcasts I've been on, just like kind of here's who I am, here's what I do, here's my resume kind of thing. And just send him that and be like, hey, are you interested in me opening? And I have no problem hustling tickets. Like I know lots of people who will come out to see me and stuff like that. Like it's always a good time to do a Poltergeist show because like all my friends come out and we just mosh. It's not like a rap show at all. I like being from the metal background. I like to just get into the crowd and start pushing people around, rapping in people's faces. It's like being at a metal show. It's fun.
sounds like a blast. Do you have a like dream artist that you'd like to do a duet with?
A duet like on TikTok?
No. Well, I guess
Or like just like an artist I'd love to collab with?
yeah, like a collaboration, I guess. Yeah, I
Oh,
guess.
Brother Lynch Hung. That's like my number one. I've said it since the very beginning. He's like the reason I do this kind of rap. Brother Lynch Hung would be a dream come true for me.
Does he do horror as well, or
Yeah, like not like movies so much. Like he does reference horror movies, but like he was like one of the first dark rappers like that back in like 90 to 94. He put out a bunch of albums. One of them was called Season of the Sickness, and that was like a big staple for like why I got into rap when I did. And yeah, look him up. He's awesome. He's huge inspiration for me.
oh, okay? Yeah, I've never heard of him, but I'll take a look. So you're a big horror fan, obviously. What was the first horror movie you remember seeing as a kid?
It's fun to keep bringing it up because it's Stephen King, but the 1990 It miniseries by Stephen King. That was the first thing I ever saw. I was like 6 years old. I watched it with my dad. Got me into horror. I started reading Stephen King when I was like 7 or 8. I was in it at a young age, and like my dad kind of sat me down and like talked through like movie effects, lighting, editing, and why stuff works out like that. So like I wasn't scared. I was more so like interested in how they did some of these effects. So like it's weird that I never got into filmmaking.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, but it's cool though because like now I'm like starting to write songs for movies. Like I wrote the end credits song for Carousel 3, and by Steve Rudzinski. You can stream that on Tubi. I'm doing one with David Howard Thornton, the guy who played Art the Clown in Terrifier.
Yeah.
It's called The Dead Place by Michael Pickle, and I'm doing another one that just got crowdfunded called Air Fryer Slaughter by MMH. And that like MMH has some movies on Trauma now, so fingers crossed this movie ends up on Trauma and somehow Lloyd
Oh,
Kaufman ends up like hearing my music. That'd be insane.
that is amazing. I hope so.
Wow, it's legit. Like your dreams are coming true, and like, man, it sucks to even say this as an artist, but it's always never enough. Like 10, 15 years ago, I would have shit my pants if I'd have told me that I was going to be doing this stuff. And now I'm just like, what's the next move?
It's such a great outlook. Speaking of Lloyd Kaufman, one of my buddies actually got to meet him at a convention one time.
Man, I'm jealous.
And
He sounds
oh, me,
so chill.
yeah, he my buddy asked for a picture with him. He's like, yeah, he's like, we got to get all the booth babes over here though, and got all the girls to
Oh,
go
sick.
around him and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, he likes to rub that story in my face a little bit that he got to meet
He
Lloyd
deserves
Kaufman.
it.
Yeah, and it's funny that you mentioned like how your dad did that with you going through everything. I do that with my daughter and my son, but she's more into it. She's 4.
Yeah.
And she loves the movie Jaws. She knows that it's a fake
Nice.
shark.
That's a good one.
Yep. And she always asks me, like, can you put it to the part with the boy getting eaten? I've
Yeah,
created
it's
a
cool.
monster.
It's cool to like have an interest at a young age like that, because like that could lead to anything. Like I know special effects makeup artists who worked on the Last of Us TV show. My
Oh, yeah.
buddy is a cameraman, and he just worked on the Fraggle Rock reboot.
Amazing.
Like you can go anywhere just having an interest in this stuff. And I chose the music route, but somebody can choose a route that like pays eventually.
Yeah, I tried the podcast route and it didn't pay either, so I probably should have went some other route too. But the thing about podcasting, it's so cool. Like just like I said, I'm actually getting to speak to you instead of just sending messages over Facebook. And
That's
so it
cool.
is.
I do. Everybody asks me when am I going to start my own podcast, but like I have 3 podcasts booked this week, and I have like 4 more for next month already. I'm constantly doing podcasts, so like to do my own just seems like too much.
Yeah,
I'll let other people do all the hard work, and I'll just set up my phone and talk.
it's a good idea. That's what I should have been doing.
Hell yeah.
I would have had to come up with a talent though to make people want to talk to me. So
I'm an
this might
excellent guest. There you go.
I'm the
What do you
guester.
do? I guessed.
Sounds like an SNL skit right there.
Yeah. Just a professional guest. He does nothing, but he's like always doing like on shit. Yeah, I'm doing Conan now. What are you
Yeah.
promoting? Nothing really.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Do you have any other shows or anything you'd like to tell people about that you have coming up?
Yeah, I'm doing the one I can talk about is Intersect Art and Music Festival in July in High Prairie, Alberta. It's like every single kind of genre of music. We got rock, we got hip hop, we got EDM, we got funk, folk, country. There's 3 or 4 stages. I think there's 4 this year, but last year there was 3 stages, and each stage has a different genre, so like a different vibe everywhere you go. Tons of vendors. It's so cool. And like I'm on the building crew. We help build the stages. I'm a carpenter as well, by the way. Most people don't know that. But yeah, they like contracted us to build their stages and stuff. And it's really cool to be a part of it, because like we've been there since day one, like since year one. Watch this thing come up from the ground, and it's growing really fast. And now it's like competing with some of the bigger festivals here in Alberta. I'm really excited for it.
Oh, that's incredible. That sounds like a lot of fun. It reminds me
A
of
lot of work and a lot of fun.
yeah. It reminds me of like Zootopia or something where you move to a different area and it's a different thing. Like
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. It's like a different vibe every like it's on this big rodeo grounds all spread out. And so there's a stage by a giant fire pit. If you get cold, you can go hang by the fire pit, listen to some DJs over there. Or there's like a big stage in the middle of the field with like big lighting setups and everything. If you want to go like rock out, it's one of the best experiences I've ever had.
oh man, that sounds fun. So last question before I let you go. Top 3 favorite horror movies.
Ooh, see, this is always tough because like I want to say like The Thing, Halloween, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like deep down, is that true to me? Because like right now, I want to say Dude Bro Party Massacre 3, which is it's just a dumb movie that I love.
I love the name.
It's amazing. There's no first two.
That's even better.
It's you hear the title and you kind of get where they're going with it. I would say In the Mouth of Madness, John Carpenter, Sam Neill. That's an amazing movie. I love Lovecraftian stuff. What else? The Maniac remake, 2012 with Elijah Wood. I know the original's a classic, but just that first person perspective was killer in that movie. Pun intended.
Right,
yeah. Did you say top 3 or top 5? Because that's 3.
Top 3, you're good.
Okay, I'm good.
You shared a trailer actually online the other day that I watched, Late Night with the Devil.
Oh man, I've been so stoked for this movie ever since I heard about it. Like, I try not to watch trailers. Like, I love to go in blind, not knowing anything about it, or like reading a synopsis is kind of taboo to me. But this one, I'm breaking the rules because I'm so excited for it, and that trailer looked phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. When you watch something like that, and even it feels creepy, I think we're in for something special with this movie.
And I'm a big sucker for like old 70s, 80s, like talk show, game show type things. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I just think it's fun. But yeah, like just like putting that with like a possession type movie sounds really cool to me. It's something that I've never seen.
Yeah, same. And whenever they're doing something new in the horror world, that's pretty amazing. So
anything unique, no, like whether it's bad or good, if it's unique, that's good enough for me.
Yeah. Have you seen Deadstream?
I did.
What'd you think of that one?
Again, like unique and cool. I liked it, but the Twitch streamer persona bugs me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, people. I can't get past it. So like that part was annoying, but like that's on purpose. So I can't, you can't knock points because they did their job well.
Exactly. Yeah, he did that role almost too well. Like, it's very believable that he's
it's like Draco Malfoy or like Skylar from Breaking Bad. Like where they do such a good job, it's like hard for them to find work because they did it so well. People are like, no, I hate them. Like, no, you hate the character. You love the actor.
Yeah, I don't know how the kid who played Joffrey didn't just get beat up everywhere he went.
Yeah. I'm excited to see him do like more stuff though, because like I always feel bad for an actor that does a job so well that like you can't even cast them because people are gonna expect bad ratings or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. It's like you'd be better off putting like Casey Anthony in something than one of those guys.
Well, no comment.
Anyway, I should end it there before this show gets taken off the air.
Before we get canceled.
Yeah. It's like, we didn't even do our OJ joke.
Oh, R.I.P. Norm Macdonald.
Yep. All right. Well, I just want to thank you for coming on here. It's been a lot of fun chatting. And
hell yeah. And I'm down to come on whenever, man. Just let me know. I'm usually just watching movies and writing music.
Yeah, I'll definitely be reaching out after this Stephen King song comes out to do this again, because once I get to hear the whole thing, I'll love just to have a chat about it. Yeah, hell yeah. I'd love to. All right. Well, thanks for being on the show, and congratulations with everything you've done so far. You're doing great. Thank you. Bye. Thanks everyone for listening. If you want to hear more Mind Picker, check out some of my previous shows and follow so you never miss a new episode. Want to help out with the show? 5-star rating would do just that. Bye.